Welcome back to the Vineyard Podcast, your weekly dose of fun, laughter, banter, and a whole lot of realness. The last time you saw us, we were fresh from a trip.
Yeah.
How is the hangover coming along? Look, ones are the foods we ate.
Hata tukisema hapa vitu tunachunga watafikiria
For real.
watatu profile.
Ni kama tu tusiseme details sana. But hey, yani you rest mpaka unashuku rest.
Yeah, until it's suspicious. Like,
Kwanza there was a day you ladies were seated the whole day.
I'm telling you, just being taken care
Imagine.
of, being tended to.
Tukichoma pale nyama. How was the meat?
Yeah. It was really delicious.
so
You guys did a
good.
fantastic.
Mimi na Mark tunafaa kutuita.
So wanamaki ndio mlikuwa lead. No, but I saw Lemayana tayari akitengeneza conclusion pale
akitembea na rosemary.
Rosemary.
That was the sum total of his contribution to the grilling session.
Alena tu kuchukua rosemary akaleta.
Kuna kitu ingine. It was really good, and the fry. And the salad.
Those fries were amazing.
Gosh.
Today we enjoyed, man.
We enjoyed.
For real. Shumikia watu.
People will think we're talking about food. But you're Miko salama?
Salama
You're good?
kabisa.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
So today's conversation, before we start, maybe you can introduce yourselves professionally in these streets of Kenya. Watu wamezoea tu kuona Hope. Toka.
Imagine people wanafikiria labda mimi ni evangelist
Hope.
Then they can start with you, and it's a good thing now you're finished with the exam.
that I have finished my
And when
exam.
you get all your pieces, even the lingo will change.
I'm
I
telling
can't wait
you.
to the day we are here and we introduce an advocate.
Mbona atakompuja siku hizi?
Unaona?
You
The
know,
voice
you're
has
not
just set
laughing
in.
of your-
I'm not
of
an
your-
everyday person, my friend.
Come on,
Why?
tell
I'm a
them.
lawyer, my friend.
Come on.
Now let's start again.
Here's the
Who
truth.
is Hope?
Who is Hope? Who is Hope? Hope is very many things, but the professional
Fantastic.
world knows Hope as Hope Mbode, Miss Hope Mbode, Madam Wakili. She's also a member of 2 boards, one in the abroads and one in the country.
Come on.
Yes, that is who I am. When I am not laughing in the podcast, I am busy
Yes.
in
Very
the outside world.
One thing I like, she's also a mentor to
Yes.
some amazing young girls.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. My little babies. I think it's one of the most fulfilling things a person can ever
do.
I really enjoy that. I really
Fantastic.
do.
Beautiful. Alrighty. I am Dr. Sonia Thrita. I only use doctor when I'm referring to myself in a professional context. Otherwise, it's not that deep for me. No,
Oh.
yeah, I wouldn't want you guys to keep calling me, Dr. Sonia. You know, some people take.
Would we?
They
They
take
take it,
offense.
yeah, you would never.
Would
I
we?
know
That
I
is
don't
the
need to
question.
tell you.
They take offense if you
Yes,
don't
some
use
people
their
take
title.
offense when you don't use their titles. I only insist on that in professional settings. Otherwise, it's not that deep. Yeah, so because we're introducing ourselves professionally, I'm Dr. Sonia Thrita. I'm a pharmacist by profession, currently working at Kenyatta National Hospital. And I'm also working for a pharma consultancy, but I will love it all my heart. Called PVC Consulting, PVC, Center for Vigilance Competence Center, Consulting Limited, where I am a business development manager. Yes, I will not get technical into that. That's what I do there. And finally, I'm a co-founder of a beautiful company called Keonina, founded by a very good friend of mine called Tasha Lekalaga, Natasha. And our focus is on skincare products, natural beauty, and basically creating products that are sensitive and friendly to your skin using natural products. And also we are getting into the space of sustainable agriculture and preserving exploited medicinal plants. So look out for us, and when we launch our line, you guys are going to be my first customers. So buy from us.
Of course.
Come on.
Yes.
You don't even have to ask twice.
Save the best for last.
Yes, and I'll create a beard oil for you, Kingori.
Thank you. I've
Yes.
been requesting.
I'll create for you. We will create for you a beard oil.
I have a friend called Cooks. He has such a food
hiyo
beard.
una
Effortless.
mbaya.
Sisi hapa tunashindanga tu unanyoa itaki nakataa kurudi vile.
Wana scrubs.
Yes.
So I'm a businessman.
Yeah, period.
I'm a
I'm a
businessman.
CEO and MD.
And
But
MD.
before I said what I do in school, I studied economics and finance. I'm really
Yes.
passionate about how things work, especially money
Yes.
and the flow of money and how to get the money, how to distribute the money, and all those
Beautiful.
other things. Yes, but I'm a businessman. I'm in team building. I do team building. I'm soon to do events, but I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing people just bond over games and activities.
Yes.
And I like how our previous episode was just preempting. I'm like, ooh. Sonia was talking. I was like, okay, this is exactly what I do.
But you're skimping over the fact that you're CEO and MD.
Oh. You
We
stop.
need you to have your minute.
Yeah, we need you to have your minute, sir.
I've also started my own enterprise called Transformation, which is solely given out to creating memories and these pockets of amazing experience.
Yes.
So feel free to reach out, and you will not be disappointed.
Period.
Of course, we can attest to it as he's very consistent customers.
Yes. Whatever using his product, you will enjoy.
But fun enough, I sample activities with you guys. If it
So
hacks,
we are your guinea pigs.
because if your friends enjoy what you do, then it's good. If your friends are like, because your friends are not there to make you feel a certain type of way, they're just
Yes. We'll just tell you the
Hey,
truth.
you're
like
my
this.
bro, bro.
Wait, but no,
Yeah.
Friendship is funny, very funny.
And coming to the conversation today, which is tailored on the careers we're on and the paths that we're choosing to take, let me just ask, during your time in school, had you ever compared yourself with someone and you're like, what? I wish I was there. You were the bar. You are the epitome of the career you are doing. You're like, what? Mimi ndo watu wanafaa kuniangalia.
Did we consider ourselves SI units? I think
That's a good way to put it.
in school, in terms of academic excellence, in primary school, I was the SI unit. Then you join a space where you're surrounded by excellence, and all of you have to be competitive towards excellence. And then you slowly start realizing, by the way, the idea of niches starts coming into your head. It's no longer about all of us trying to compete to be in the same space in the room. You actually realize that there are very many different things you can compete for, and it doesn't necessarily have to be one. So you don't have to break your neck trying to be the best at that one thing, but there are other niches you can find. Then you get into university and you start perfecting your niche, because now
Absolutely.
everybody is in that niche. Now you need to look for the niche of the niche.
What Jivanji?
Well, this is what Jivanji. Father refusing
But
the
you
name
see,
of Jesus.
it's how people joke about
You know
it.
when they
And
say-
it discourages someone
And it
because everyone is
discourages
thinking.
Yeah.
So you realize now you're looking for the niche of the niche. And so you start slowly realizing that the path begins as this, but then it slowly goes into this. Then this branch bears this and more, and this bears more. So the branches are becoming ever so many, and you realize, by the way, there's no competition for many things with many people. You have your own branch that you can follow. There's so many enough. In fact, there are enough of branches going around for everybody.
Yes.
So I think that was the mindset. It wasn't me competing for spaces with people. It was me learning a different type of mindset growing up in terms of what competition actually looks like. It was competition redefined for me. Yeah.
Wow.
I like what you're saying because it doesn't negate the fact that fields have people in them already. You know, it's just finding this is how I do things, and is it creating value in this space? Yes, it is. Let me go for it. And let me tell you something. All these people embody excellence at what they do. There's a day we were doing a fun fair. I was like, I wish Sonia was here. Hey, me, I was like, I appreciate your attention to detail. That I was like, it actually goes a long way.
Oh. Well, I think for me, I since primary, I'm trying to reflect from before. I think I've always been good, not the best, but yet. So through primary, academically, I've always been strong. Never number one. I don't think I've ever been number one in my life. I don't like lying about those things.
Young girl.
I don't think
I wouldn't be lying to my kids.
yeah. Most of the time my mom used to tell me she's number one. I'm like, remove that report from my I want to see it. Yes. Just always around number 4, 5 there. I in fact used to try to kill myself to become that number one. I said, you know what?
It's never that serious. Praise giving ndio kwa number 4.
Yeah, niko number 4
Penya tu ungesimama kwa ile podium. But that thing.
It's really
I think,
hard.
guys, it was just photo ops. Trust me.
No, it hurts.
Been
Those
there,
who don't make it. You chungu.
Imagine that the whole prize giving best subject mtu mwingine.
Yeah.
Best
And then it's better to ukiwa number last. You have no hope.
when you're
But if
just
you know that you
there.
can be there, It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, but high school, sort of the same. Okay, I was best. Now the way you're saying, I was best in certain subjects. Chemistry, really,
No brainer.
You could not defeat
Wow,
me.
in high school.
Yes, and then French, I was also really excellent at
Oh,
French.
s'il vous plaît.
Yes, you're fine. Quite serious. Yeah, the rest English. Now that's why I think things started getting a bit better, and that competition mind sort of is like we like different things. I don't need to be number one in history. Please shine. I don't care too much about it anyway. Yeah. So getting now into what we are speaking about professionally, I don't think I know some people don't struggle at all with imposter syndrome, or and literally just get out of the womb feeling and knowing that you're the best in everything. But I think for me, it's not even. It's always been knowing. I've always had in my mind that there are people who are ahead of me, even people who they are in the same year or at par, who I acknowledge you're just better, and there's no problem with that. It's never been a source of insecurity. It's never been a source of making you it's just never make me feel like I'm any less. It's just, I don't know, I think sometimes just the same way we've decentered many things in our lives,
Yes.
also decentered that need to be the best in everything, because it can be so toxic.
True.
You can drive yourself to the wall because you're competing with other people, and instead of just competing with your own capacity to your level best.
Like that,
Yeah.
your own capacity.
Yes. So for me, hapo kwa kukua SI unit, I just always feel there's so much to learn from people, and I'm like a sponge, especially the people who have gone, which is even why I really liked the job that I'm at WCC, because the CEO is such an intentional mentor. I'm just there. I'm like, oh my God, this is a field I want to be in. Currently, I'm at ground zero. I know with time,
You'll scale.
I will scale, and I'll be the person who somebody is looking at and being like, oh my God, she has so much to teach me. Currently, that's not the case. Currently, I'm in the shoes of that I'm learning, picking, and I think it takes humility to just accept that.
Acknowledge
You
that. True.
could be intelligent. We are intelligent.
Yeah.
But there's always space and room to learn, and there's almost always somebody who will be better than you at something.
That's okay.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Need I say more?
Need
You
I
can
say
even
more?
close it.
Yeah.
But I like how you can see a track of how things from primary, whereby competition is very healthy, to high school, the pressure, you're like, okay, enough of this pressure. Then out to campus, you're like, I actually enjoy and thrive at this.
Yes,
Let me
exactly.
continue and see where this
Exactly.
pans out.
Yeah.
And maybe a question will be, are you proud of the far you've reached in your career? And what is maybe one or two things you're looking forward to? Like, wow, I'm here and I'm seeing I'm seeing the horizon, and I'm happy. What's that horizon that you're able to see? And you're like, woof. This journey is about to be amazing.
So
I can start.
I'd say kwenye nimetoka ndio mbali. Where I've come from is the farthest, I'd say, and in fact I'd say the toughest, because there were the formative years of being able to now learn to think and
Actually,
be able to articulate the thinking. That's the hardest part.
And articulation
You
is
know,
everything.
That's the thing. Now that the foundation is built, the world is my oyster. That's what I think.
What does that mean? The world is your oyster.
I'd say that the world is mine
Sijaona
to
oyster.
flourishing.
So just imagine.
An oyster is where you find pearls.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
from.
I never
They come
knew
from
that.
pearls. Pearls come from there. So definitely, the world is. I am the gem in the world.
I was
Yes.
asking for a few.
It's at her disposal. She can
Yes.
do whatever.
I can do whatever
Fantastic.
I want.
Yeah,
Um,
chart whatever path.
So that's my current mindset in life. Immediately after I finished my last paper like this, I asked myself, now what next? And in the asking of what next, now I actually realize now it's actually the beginning of learning in a different space.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of learning in a different space. I wasn't done. I finished a chapter and now I begin a new one whose writing is solely based on the previous one, which is the groundwork that was done for me in my basic education of a lawyer, because I believe basic education of a lawyer is up until you finish KSL. Then now you can begin your practice. Beginning practice is beginning another chapter of life,
Yeah.
which I'm really looking forward to. So as I look forward to my pupillage next year, I look forward to, one, a lot of learning. I recognize and acknowledge that it's going to be hard. It's going to be exciting. it's going to be challenging, not just for me as a person, but even for my outlook towards things, for the knowledge that I have gained. I recognize it's going to be that, but I recognize that there'll be so many opportunities too. And I just need to be sensitive towards noting what the opportunities are. So I'm really excited and looking forward to my next chapter. I also know I am not the best.
This is you saying this?
Yeah, I'm not the best.
Wow.
Listen,
You don't need to interact with hope.
I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. Then you will realize.
Don't get over yourself.
Don't get over yourself. Don't get over yourself, sir. I'm going somewhere with this. I am currently not the best, but I aim at being the best at what I want to do.
Yes.
By the time the fashioning is done.
Period.
So, recognizing that I'm not the best now makes my mind rewire itself to thinking that I need to do more, and therefore looking out for things that can make me even better and the best, because that's the excellence I'm working towards.
True.
So I'm currently not there yet, and I know the cost of it is going to be embarrassment at some point when I go to my pupil master and probably have done a draft and they're telling me, what nonsense have you done? Go back and restructure that draft, and
okay.
But I know that by the time I am done with my pupillage, I'll be the best.
The sharpening
Wow.
will
What I
have
am
worked.
aiming to
Period.
doing, because where I am headed to be, I know that the Lord has created me
Come on.
to be the best at whatever He's called me to do. So that's it. That's what I am aiming
Every
at.
good and pleasing gifts.
Comes from the Lord.
We love it. We love to see it. Remind me the questions that I don't veer off. Sometimes I start talking, then I just say
And
my
then
own
you
things.
go.
Because, I wanted to start by saying I'm very proud of myself, but I want to know the second part of
It
it.
was, what are you proud of?
Yes.
And when you look at the horizon, what's that one thing you're like, oof.
Okay. Okay. I will say again, I am so proud of me. I don't think I've ever said those words to myself out loud. It's very easy for me to affirm people. I'm so proud. And I've just thought about it now when you ask that question. Because guys, we don't sit and actually write questions and say, then Timo, you will ask. Next, Hope will say.
will say.
No.
And then I shall come.
And then I
on.
shall interject. No. We just, literally, yeah. And so for me, I'm just thinking about it, and I'm in awe of myself because I have done the hard things that are needed to be done to get me to where I am. And I'm committed to doing more hard things to get me to where I want to be. I was thinking, even the job that I have right now that I really love, how did I get here? And it was just lots of cringe, excruciating moments of me putting myself out there. Because speaking to the person who actually connected me, who is a friend of mine, and just consistently calling him like the story of the widow and the judge.
Yeah.
Yes, consistently. Anytime there's a walk
I like
for
that.
PSK, I'll wake up early in the morning, go. You guys know that's not really my
That's
job.
for you. That's
Just running
for you.
around in a forest. That's not my thing, but because that's where the people are.
Yes.
I'll wake
That's
up
where the
and I'll
opportunities
go.
are. You've got to meet
Exactly. Doing the awkward networking and just sort of placing yourself I did the hard work. Honestly, nobody handed it to me. And I'm so proud of myself for that. And I can say, sort of like what Hope has said, I know with all my heart, because I'm a hard worker and I love work, that I will be a technical expert in my area.
Come on.
I will be. It's just a matter of time, not because I'm intelligent, but not because it's not the intelligence factor, but just I'm so willing to put in the work. We usually say with Britain, I think we were discussing with Britain the other day how Kikuyus, Kikuyus we come from, our culture is really insistent on hard work. If you're not going to be a thief and you want a good life, you better
put in the work.
hard.
You better. There's just no. We may feel like, especially now, there are a lot of quick ways to make money, especially for guys in tech and stuff like that. But
Na tumeanza kuona wanatafuta
exactly. At the end of the day, it's that hard work. So that is so important, and that really makes the difference.
Yep.
So I can see on the horizon, by the time I'm turning 30, I'm going to be a technical.
There's a dream she shared with us in Samburu.
Yeah.
That is my prayer.
Yes.
That is my
Mtakuja guys. Wacha to see expose kwa sahi. But yes, I know I'm going to be an expert in whatever area it is I choose. I'm still refining that. Extremely good, sought after for my craft, not because I'm sorry, but because I'm willing to put in the work to get there. Yes. So help me God.
Before I ask the last question, I think for me, I think for me, one the thing I'm proud of is starting my own business. For the longest time, in my head, and Hope keeps on telling me, it's not a conference call, Kingori, only you.
Yes.
And how I knew was, there are things I'll do, and I'll be like, but that is simple, you just tweak this and make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And you can think like, I'm like, oh, okay. So no, you're not thinking the same thing. So I was like, okay, that's peculiar. And for me, the big names are starting to pay off. Yeah. In a funny way, there's a day I was so broke, then someone had done for a job, sent me $5. I said, okay. No, just to say thank you. I was like, I was broke. I remember I was showering. I was like, God. Hey.
That day we were actually supposed to do something together.
Yeah, ile siku nilikuja hii hoteli ya Swahili.
The Swahili one. Yes,
and you had even mentioned to me and you're like, and I told you just come, we'll know what to do.
Nikiwa kwa familia Mungu, unaenda wapi bila pesa?
Yani God just, he's like, go enjoy yourself, my son.
That woman didn't know what she had done for me. I was like, oh my goodness, you have covered me. The Lord has.
I'm telling you,
it gave me oof.
Yeah.
So like, okay, let's continue. Now I can do this.
Yeah.
And in the horizon, and I think I shared this in Samburu, and this is a center of weakness, I can imagine things so many in my head.
Like most extroverts can.
Yeah, so many. Follow through. Wow.
That's why you need your extroverted friends to keep on holding you to account.
Yeah. But for me, in my head, there are things that I've done, from mentorship to reaching out to all people, to tourism, there's so many things in my head. Every time I take a walk, I'm like, this can be done like this. So for me, I do believe, and for someone who's in my space, you're starting your own business or creative, there's something Mom keeps on saying, your inheritance is in your hands. For people who are like me, it's never in it's in what you can do. If you don't practice it, it dies. If you do, splendid. And for you, it's your minds that are your inheritance. If you don't work at it,
facts.
It's true. Actually, that's
this is your business.
I thought one time Fiat by the way
I hate that thought because mimi nikifiat Mungu tu nipeleke tu nyumbani. I have okay, that's bad to say, but what?
But it's a genuine
my mind is my capital.
Exactly.
My mind
it's
is
your
my
business.
asset.
It's your asset. Your
destiny lies in your mind.
That's why for real we should keep on praying for the things that we know that the Lord has given us capacity to create wealth. For real. Okay, sometimes my mind just can go very far away and just think up and conjure up things. But me, I think of things sometimes weirdly. Sometimes there was a time I even asked my friend, what if for people whose reality is a bit skewed, I'm really running away from using mentally unstable,
it's
whose mind is a bit impaired, what if they're actually the ones who are okay and we're the ones who are not okay? Those are the kinds of things I think about in my free time, guys.
But you see, only people who have the mental capacity will think like that. Sisi tunakwanga
because in their reality, they're actually looking at us and they're thinking, these are the people who are not okay. Mbona wako hivi, wanafanya hivi vitu wenye wanafanya hivi. So even as we're praying, in fact, this just came to me as we were doing this episode, is just when the Lord says that He's given us capacity to create wealth. Capacity to create wealth is not just our hands, but even our minds. Because for some of us, that's the asset He's given. For some of us, it's even our beauty, our physical beauty. Because there's some people, I'm telling you, they live off of how they look.
Yes.
That's the asset the Lord gives them.
Actually,
they just stand in front of a camera like this and people just, wow. And money just comes in. For some people, it's you open your mouth, money just flows.
Yes.
Money just flows. For some people, it's the way you think.
Yes.
Your unique ability of thinking. Yeah, people are just attracted to it.
Yes.
And it just solves problems and creates solutions. For some people, it's their handiwork, their hands. That's what they will use. That's what they will do. So it's asking the Lord, when we say to bless the work of our hands, I find that it means figuratively.
Yes.
Lord, bless the work of my mind.
Yes.
Bless what you've given me to create, that thing you've given me to bless it, Lord, that it may multiply, that I may be able to be a good steward of it, and that I may be able to bless others even in the use of it. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beauty.
Any closing remarks? Yeah, man.
Sina closing remarks. Like, this is still coming to me. Guys, I think this episode was inspired by something we did in Sambu. And I think just give the flowers to Brit for sparking the idea and Mutemi for following through with the idea.
And then Lengewas for making it what it became.
Possible, So guys, what we did is, I think it was inspired by some TikTok that Brit sent. Some reel or something. We had to do presentations about ourselves. We did PowerPoints in front of our friends. You're pitching yourself to your friends.
And how funny it was that it's Mutemi who started.
Right?
And it was supposed to be Brit.
And it was supposed, and it just was so amazing to see. We were learning about one another. It was like learning something so different. You're learning something about your friend and you're like, I did not know that. I did not. For instance, when Joylene said that if she wasn't whatever she's doing now, she's not a computer scientist, she'd be a pilot. I didn't know that.
Or Lema's acting career. Voice acting.
Do you know his voice is so excellent? I was in awe. I was like, man, you can make millions out of your voice. You don't even need to use your face. He can even read announcements. He can commercialize his voice. And we got to learn so much about one another. And I thought to myself, this is fantastic. And it's just the appreciation of, and probably as we're closing, Son and Tim can speak to this, is we are all, you can say we are all at the same stage of life. But in our different stages of our careers, we're also different.
Yes.
One is because of the different fields we're all in. So everybody in their field is at a very different stage of their lives. And just being able to appreciate that, I thought it was so wholesome. So wholesome. Just being able to see that people are really thriving in the different areas they're at and the different things they're doing. They're so good at it. It's ridiculous. It's mind-blowing.
It was so beautiful.
You just develop this whole other appreciation, this whole level of appreciation of your friends. It's not the kawaida nyokafi that you see. This baby is actually a serious baby.
You get to learn she sits on boards.
You do this thing and you're like, I was proud. Honestly, I probably didn't say it, but I was really proud of you guys. And everybody's watching. I was so proud. I was like, my God, this is fantastic. Yes. I really loved it. Really did. And that's it from me.
It was beautiful. You've stolen mine, so I was like, how are we going to close this episode without mentioning?
In fact, that was what I was supposed to do. So, guys, this episode came from. Then
we just dove right into it. But I think I don't really feel the need to add many things. So I feel everything has been covered. But I think the only thing I can add to support that, what we were able to do, is regardless of the diversity which Coach has mentioned of the fields. We have a few of us in similar fields, but everybody sort of has their own path. The one thing that really stood out is everybody was really pursuing what they do with excellence. And tenacity. It's not because we are so far ahead in our careers. We are all, most, in the early formative stages of our careers. And all this to say that you don't need 6 million accomplishments, because some people, we had 2-3 slides each, just sort of.
Then the others overdoing.
Guys, Nick, we got 2 years of birth.
You don't even follow instructions. It's just the ones for appreciating the journey where each of us are, and knowing and understanding that we will move at different speeds. And when you intend to go the long haul with your people, is that should Timo become a multi-million-dollar business owner in the next 3 years, and I'm probably still in employment or something, that should not.
But the funny thing will be the shareholders, because when I'm looking for seed capital,
of course,
you're not to dividends.
Goes without saying.
But I hope when I get short young.
We get it.
It's the ones
the different trajectories.
Exactly.
If one is at 100 and you're at 20.
Yes. And it should not impact at all at any point the quality of the level of your friendship. It's just having that transparency and being able to have friends who can criticize you, friends who can encourage you and be like, oh wow, that's a beautiful idea, refine it like this, change this, add this, improve it like that. You move forward knowing that it's not just vibes and inshallah around here. We have our backs for one another in the professionals.
And I think as we close, I think one thing I would say is, one, be intentional with your friends. That was a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It started off as a
joke.
Let's just do. It was an itinerary thing. Actually, that's from mine. It was just let's do this and move on to the next thing. But it ended up being the whole trip, and it was so amazing. 2, I like what Tana said. we're all in different parts, and I like how we are all different. We're not all lawyers, we're not all doctors, we're not all business people. Okay, we are a bit of business
A
people,
bit,
all of
yeah.
us.
Business cuts across everything. Yeah.
But the beauty of seeing people flourish in the different spaces and not feeling the jealousy or the envy, but being, wow, my friend is making it, and I know one day I'll be able to. And even if I don't, there's a beauty in knowing I give it my all.
Yes.
You know, and this is where I'm at.
Yes.
You know, Hope lives in Runda. Me, I live along
Amen.
Thika
Father, I
Road.
receive.
Yes.
And I don't feel a type of way because she lives in Runda. But I'm
Yes.
like, this is the best I have.
Yes.
And I'm content with it.
I'm
Because, and
content
I'll
with
end with this. Godliness
With contentment
is
is
a
great
great
gain.
gain.
And if you understand that, and you can share with us on the comment section.
Hello.
What are you proud of that you've achieved?
Just
so
one thing. It
far?
doesn't have to be big.
Ni
Yeah.
nini yo? Yes.
And if you are also wondering what to do with your friends, that's also another idea we've given you.
Yeah.
Pitch
Around
yourself
here,
to
we
your
are just
friends.
connecting friends. That should be our mission tagline.
Tagline for real.
Connecting people.
Connecting people.
Vineyard. Connecting friends.
By
You
the
know?
way, we should
that's
actually do
nice.
that. I like that.
Sharp,
Nice
sharp.
headspace. I like it.
Unaona the heads zimekuja watu wa mkono tuko.
Let's say
Let's implement this.
And with that, we beg to live. Have an amazing rest of your day. Until
Yes.
next time, keep it locked. Woo.
Bye-bye.
Bye.